Hi, it's Ian here, a new location. I'll let you have a look around where I am. There we go. Another good location. As always in France, lovely space. Look at that. Yeah. This is why it'd be nice to get, there's a height restriction here, you'll see behind me. And this is why it's good to get Volkswagen Transporter type T6, because if it's 2 meters I can get under, because a lot of the barriers that I come across, they're about 2 meters, so I can get under with the Volkswagen camper, because it's got a bit, it pops up where you can sleep in it at night, and I think that's probably better in certain ways, because you've got 2 different living areas. Because my bed takes up a lot of space in my van, whereas with Volkswagen camper it's more compact, but that's what I want, and it's also much better on fuel. So I'm going to share this journey with you, because I love being outside the system. Oh look, there's a castle behind me as well. Well, you can see that. There's a castle. Yeah. And I love my life. I really, really love it. And so why is it I'm able to do what I want? Why is it? Because I've met elite celebrities as a TEFL teacher. So I can think outside the box, yes? But if I hadn't have travelled and met elite celebrities, would I have been able to do what I do? I don't think so. I probably have friends where I worked, be friends with them, and the 5 people closest to you have a major impact on how you think. And that's the problem, see, if you've never met people who have it together of being millionaires, how can you possibly be a millionaire? And it's quite strange actually. At one time, housing was a great pull for people, and there was money in housing. But me personally, I love trading. I can make more money from trading. Yes, a lot more money. And I've got freedom at the same time. Because you've got to remember with housing, I love just looking at nature. See behind me here, look. The thing with housing is, it's a liquid asset and it's a money pit. And also you're in one area. So with trading, because I'm just about to, because I need to go back to the UK and I need to finalise things up, and I need to transfer investments to taxable accounts. I've got no choice, because I know exactly what I'm going to trade in. And because I'm a trader, I will have to pay tax. I've got no choice because I'm a British citizen. And this is a good thing about getting your life together. You can pay tax, you can have freedom, and you don't have a problem paying tax, capital gains tax, because you know how everything works. Because I've got time to think, time to solve my problems. However, I do have a cost at the moment coming up, which I'm not happy about. I need to sell my van when I go back to the UK. It's in good nick, because it's MOT'd until October 2026. It's in reasonable condition. It needs electric windows are not working, and it has a fault with a brake sensor, but it's just the brakes work perfectly, but it's just the sensor needs new wiring, so it doesn't trigger off a false reading. Because it's giving off a false reading. My brake pads are fine. It's been like it for 2 years and it's past MOT. So, and they're genuine MOTs. It's just how it is. And basically, I didn't get it fixed because I didn't want it to go back in and spend a day doing something else, because I like being in my van. But if I was keeping the van, I would go in now because it needs bits and pieces done. But because I'm getting rid of the van, because I'm getting a Volkswagen camper, well, that it means is that I have to sell it at a fire sale, because it's the only way I can get it all together. It's the only way I can do it. You never win it all. But because I've got freedom and I can live anywhere, there's always a cost, a negative cost. You never ever get it all. I need to hear that. Whereas if I lived in the house, it'd be easier to sell my van and to buy a Volkswagen camper and get all the transition done. But because I'm outside the system, I can't have a vehicle on the road that is uninsured. So I've got a little dilemma here of what do I do? And this is a problem because I need to change my vehicle. Because I want to give off the right impression, and I'm changing because I'm a professional educated teacher, and I need to change my dress code, and a Volkswagen camper will blend in better with the local population. Because see, they'll see the Volkswagen camper, the Volkswagen, but they won't know if it's a day van or if I live in it all the time. Whereas when they see the van, as you'll see behind me, there's the van, yeah? They see the van, it's got solar on the top. They see the van, commercial. Well, people will see what they want to see, won't they? But if I have a Volkswagen camper, when I'm out and about on my travels, wherever I am, people won't know if it's a day van or if it's whatever it is. They won't know. It could even be a minivan, anything. They won't know. And because of that, people will give you the benefit of doubt. They'll be more trusting. But the white van, well, it gets the negativity. But the main reason why I'm getting rid of it, it's too big to park in a normal parking space. And I need a vehicle which is more suitable to my next stage. And that's how it is. I've really enjoyed having, I will have the van for, in February the 19th, I've had the van for 5 years. Yeah, I really, really loved it. But like anything, there's always a beginning and an end. Nothing lasts forever. But it's just how it is. I'm moving on. But it's important you hear that. And that's a good thing about having financial independence, being a trader, having it all. I've got plans. I can do as I want. But imagine I was in a house. I had to sell it. Had to pay my bills. Heating costs are high in the winter time these days in the UK, I think. Basically, I'd have all that stress. Whereas me selling the van, well, it doesn't really care. I don't really care what I get for it. I don't really care. Because the money's not important. Because I've made over £300,000 this year on my trading. And what I'm trying to say to you is I'm not being a big head, but silver was my trade and still is my trade. And if you check the silver price over the past year, well, you can work it out yourself how I made my money. It's just how it is. And I don't do any leverage. But what I'm really trying to say to you is if you get outside the system, as I have, there's advantages and there's disadvantages. Like I have to sell my vehicle. I've got no, but I'm going to get a vehicle about 25k, 30k. Just because I'm going to Europe to live, but I am a British citizen, but I need to get everything transferred over. Because when I go to France and get the residency visa, the vehicle will have French plates. So I have to go through a whole rigmarole And that's the thing about living in other countries and getting visas. You have to go through a whole load of compliance and different systems. But I like all that. I like all that. And that's my skill set, see, because I'm a TEFL teacher. I like all those experiences, good and bad. But invert. Well, most people in the UK buy a house, work for money and consume. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's good to hear an alternative lifestyle, another point of view. Yes. And when I'm in France, I will rent. I won't buy, because I can make a lot more money from money. Generally, I made 25% a year, generally. So if it was 100k, just say, but house was 200k, 300, whatever it was, 300k, that's £75,000 I could make, roughly. Because I'm an individual investor, I can move my money easier. And because I've got English proficiency, I can read balance sheets of companies. And because I speak other languages, like I'm learning French, I can see other points of view and other ways of thinking. For example, different languages have different rhythm. French and English have different rhythms. And I like all this because I grow as a person. And I think it's on this system of languages, I've found by learning other languages, I really grow as a person. I can see another point of view and I like it. So I'm going to leave it at that, and don't you work too hard. And my time, I've nearly been 3 months in France now. I got used to being with the French. Quite happy. But I like this all this space. It's the best thing about France that I really, really love is the space. They've got space. And that's the thing about being a British citizen. You always compare your own country to another. And when you're in another country, you get to see how things are from another perspective. You'll see the advantages in the other country, what you like and what you don't like. And one of the things about me doing what I do, I love this on the comment behind me, it doesn't matter. One thing I love about what I do is generally I don't like being in the UK in winter time because it's cold, damp, and I prefer being in France because the weather's better. Anyway, we'll leave it at that. Don't you water? See you soon.